Hello guys, how are you all? My name is Harshit Devedi friends and I welcome you back to my video. So in this video friends, I will be talking to you regarding RBI. Now before starting with RBI friends, I would like to tell you that in the previous video friends, I have started with some economics lectures. In the first thing that I have uploaded is that friends, evolution of banking sector in India and especially its pre-independence phase, that is evolution of banking sector in India before 1947. So that has been discussed by me in the previous video. In this video I'm going to talk about RBI friends. So now I am going to discuss only the basic facts with respect to RBI friends. Not all the details will be covered by me in this video. So if some expert of economics is sitting here who thinks that his economics is very good, so I am going to tell you friends, this is a sort of disclaimer that I am going to tell very basic things about RBI here. So don't expect too much. So let's start with it friends. First of all, we need to understand the history of RBI, the establishment of RBI. See friends, RBI is a central bank, which means that it is responsible for monitoring the, monetary aspects of the economy of the country. So basically RBI is a central bank. Now before RBI, which bank was working as the central bank? So that was Imperial Bank of India friends. So before RBI, Imperial Bank of India was working as the central bank. Now how this Imperial Bank of India was formed? Imperial Bank of India was formed in 1921 by merging the banks of Madras, Bombay and Bengal. And this Imperial Bank of India was converted into State Bank of India through the SBI Act of 1935. Friends, there was an act of SBI Act of 1935. And through that SBI Act of 1935, this Imperial Bank of India was converted into State Bank of India. So basically, State Bank of India is a statutory body because it is having its powers from an act of the Parliament. Similarly, when we talk about RBI was established through RBI Act of 1934. Now we need to discuss the origin of RBI, how this RBI was established. Friends, see. There was a commission named as Hilton Young Commission. Hilton Young Commission. Now what this Hilton Young Commission said? Hilton Young Commission was Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance. Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance. So basically this was the commission, also known as Hilton Young Commission. It was set up by British government in 1920s. And basically what this commission recommended in 1926, that British government should create a separate bank, a separate central bank for overseeing the monetary aspects of the whole economy. So on the basis of this, on the recommendations of this Hilton Young Commission, this RBI Act of 1934 was promulgated. And through this RBI Act of 1934, Reserve Bank of India was established, and Reserve Bank of India started its operations from 1st of April 1935. You can write it down. Reserve Bank of India started its operation from 1st of April 1935 as it has been established through RBI Act of 1934. So Reserve Bank of India is also a statutory body. State Bank of India is also a statutory body. Kindly keep that in mind. Okay. Now, when Reserve Bank of India was originally formed in 1935 through the RBI Act of 1934, it was basically a private organization, friends. It was not a government organization. It was private organization. Majority of it was held privately. But when nationalization happened, friends, what is nationalization? Nationalization means when government purchased it in 1949, that is on 1st January 1949, the private shareholders were paid appropriate compensation and government purchased RBI back on 1st of January 1949. So originally RBI was a private organization. I hope this much is clear to you friends till now. Now coming on to the functions of RBI. Now in order to understand the functions of RBI, you need to understand two things. One is monetary policy and one is fiscal policy, friends. Okay, so what is the basic difference between monetary policy and fiscal policy? This is what you need to understand. See, monetary policy is something which is associated with the change in interest rate and money supply. Basically, it is done to control the inflation. You know, inflation means महंगाई. The release of money in the economy is controlled by the RBI through, instruments like repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate. Now, what is repo rate? Repo rate is the benchmark policy rate. What is bank rate? It is a bit similar to repo rate. In repo rate, what happens? RBI gives loans to scheduled commercial banks on a short-term basis. In bank rate, RBI gives loan to scheduled commercial banks on a long-term basis. Okay, friends, and by controlling this repo rate, the money supply in the economy is controlled by RBI. How? That is the topic of a different video. Also, friends, there are other indicators, other instruments also through which money supply in the economy is controlled by RBI. So basically, monetary aspects, targeting inflation, महंगाई को control में करना. This is basically the work of RBI. So RBI is a central bank, okay, and it controls inflation. What is exactly fiscal policy, friends? Fiscal policy is a completely different thing. Fiscal policy is made by the government. Every year, annual financial statement is released. You very well know about it. That is a budget. In every February, this budget comes out. Okay, friends. And there, government decides that how much amount of money will be given to different sectors, how much for education, how much for sports, how much for this thing. So this is basically the budget. And tax rates are determined by the government in fiscal policy. So basically, how much the government is going to borrow, how much the government is going to give away. So these things are discussed in the fiscal policy. So basically, fiscal policy is the domain of the government, and monetary policy is the domain of RBI. And through monetary policy, RBI controls the inflation, and the basically monetary stability. That is basically what is the function of monetary policy. That is the function of RBI, friends. So important things about RBI. Some other functions of RBI that we are going to discuss. Bank notes. How much amount of bank notes will be released in the economy? That is, decided by RBI. However, government influences this decision a lot. Monetary stability is ensured by RBI. The currency, operating the currency system of India, operating the credit system of India is controlled by RBI, friends. Okay. And exchange, foreign exchange is also controlled by RBI. See, friends, regularly in news you listen that the foreign exchange of India, the foreign exchange reserves of India is $300 billion, $350 billion, $380 billion, $450 billion. So basically this foreign exchange is actually maintained by Reserve Bank of India. Also, the issuer of currency is also Reserve Bank of India. Then the oversight of public sector banks and commercial banks. Some fraud is not taken in the name of commercial banks. Some frauds like Ponzi, Sarda chit fund scam, things like these are not going on in the market. This is also the work of RBI. Controlling the money coming inside India and going outside India through the process of Hawala. This is also controlled by RBI. Okay. Then I also financial measures taken to increase the financial inclusion in India. That is also being dealt by RBI. Currency is also issued by RBI. Foreign exchange is maintained by RBI. Basically, RBI is the regulator and supervisor of financial system, but fiscal policy is the domain of the government. Monetary policy is the domain of the RBI. So I hope this video was clear to you, friends. If it was clear, kindly follow me on Instagram. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share these videos with your friends and keep studying, friends. Have a great day. Goodbye, and thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your time.